Hi there, I'm Matt Keene. Welcome to Creating a Future We Want, the Visionary Evaluation series, where I use each page of this book as inspiration for a short little video that's sort of about what's on the page. I'm on page 15 right now. Talking about the book format, okay? And sort of go chapter by chapter. Chapter 1, the introduction, I'm not going to do because I just spent 15 pages talking about the introduction, so you know what that's all about because you watch all of these, right? Chapter 2, it is part 1 of a screenplay. That's right! I'm not even kidding. In Chapter 2, written as a screenplay set in 2030, our story begins. 8 highly influential and well-regarded visionary evaluatives have been charged by a congressional committee to present a visionary evaluative perspective at an upcoming United Nations Global Forum on ASI, Artificial Superintelligence. That's right! At this stage in 2030, which we are envisioning as more sustainable and more equitable than the present, or than what we anticipate, there is an increasing probability and awareness of this increasing probability that an artificial superintelligence will emerge, will come to be. Whether it's in a few years or decades or whatever, unclear. But there's more of a palpable sense in society that there's a chance of this happening. So people are like, let's get together before that happens and talk about it. I know that's not the way humanity does anything, but that's what they're doing here. The participants in this meeting, which just happens to be in low Earth orbit in a little meeting center capsule, they're grappling with perspectives that are diverse, open, nuanced, and challenging. They begin by considering the world into which ASI may arrive, emphasizing patterns and trends that are impacting the health of social ecological systems. However, as they endeavor to understand the potential for a future of well-being, the VEs are forced to turn inward to examine humanity's and their own capacity to understand the relationships between values, actions, outcomes, and a vision of a sustainable and equitable future. Verbal and visual exchanges set off explorations of the infinitely diverse collections of intersections shaping the Anthropocene, created by worldviews, social movements, governance, economic systems, genetics, art, memory, and a whole lot more, as they sense more blind spots in their conversation in the screenplay. They look to include the perspectives of other visionary evaluatives. And so that is where it leads into the rest of the book, where we start to involve, or there are more chapters written by other visionary evaluatives in a variety of sectors, and they're providing their perspective on what the world would look like in 2030 that is more sustainable and more equitable in their particular sector, discipline, field, domain. And that is interesting. It was a challenge for all of us to engage with those sorts of things. So I'm Matt Keene. That is a quick overview of chapter 2 in the book and the book format. More next. Chapter 6 or page 16. I'm Matt Keene. Thanks for visiting Creating a Future We Want, the Visionary Evaluation series. Let's see. What is your vision of a future where we can have healthful exchanges about our well-being that take into account all of those things? Our economics, governance, society, worldviews, genetics, and art. What is your vision of a future where we can talk about those things healthfully?